Can you name this song? That was Don't You Want Me by Human League, which is an example of the 80s synth pop we are going to be focusing on with today's quiz. Of course, synthesizers are used regularly and almost expected in modern songs, but it was in the late 70s where they first became prominent in music, leading to its own genre or movement in the 80s. All 40 songs used in this quiz have a synthesizer as the main or one of the primary instruments used. All you need to do is identify the song playing. Before we start with the first song, don't forget to like and subscribe for a bonus point. Good luck! Starting off with an easy one is Eurythmics' biggest hit, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places. It's a very, very mad world.
One of my favourite 80s groups, Tears for Fears with Mad World. Vienna by Ultravox was famously kept off the top of the UK charts by Joe Dolce's Shut Up Your Face. I've mentioned a few times before how much I like OMD, and Electricity is no exception. This is a song I was not familiar with at all, but Moments in Love by Art of Noise kept coming up during all of my research into 80s synth pop. Let me know in the comments if you knew this song or not. Don't Go by Yazoo, or Yaz in some countries, topped the US Billboard Hot Dance Disco chart. Doctor Doctor was one of 5 top 10 UK hits for the Thompson twins. My first association with Blue Monday by New Order was an advert for Mars bars in the mid-2000s, and the fact that I remember that probably means it worked on me.
It's not the way you lead me by hand into the bedroom. Falling ecstasy. Ooh, sometimes.
Synth pop specialist Erasure with Sometimes. Spin Me Round was a bit of a one-hit wonder for Dead or Alive. Take On Me by a-ha got to number 1 in at least 10 different countries, although interestingly not in the UK. Philip Oakey and Giorgio Moroder collaborated for the excellent song Together in Electric Dreams. Some of you may know that Cars by Gary Numan was actually released in 1979, but it topped the Canadian charts in 1980, and that was enough justification for me to include it. Before we move on to the next song, I'd like to very quickly thank Mari and Boyfriend from Finland for their incredibly generous donation on Buy Me a Coffee. It was a lovely surprise, and I'm very, very sorry if I've pronounced your name incorrectly. Thank you once again, and now back to the quiz. What should I mind? What should I mind? Howard Jones was originally going to call this song just Love before changing it to What Is Love? Wouldn't It Be Good was the first top 10 UK hit for Nick Kershaw. The debut single from Bronski Beat, Small Town Boy, topped charts in 4 countries. Fade to Grey is probably a bit of a one-hit wonder for Visage, being their only top 10 UK hit. Great song though. As much as I thoroughly enjoy I Ran by Flock of Seagulls, it's the hair that made the biggest first impression for me. Time After Time was one of 2 big hits from Cyndi Lauper's debut album, She's So Unusual. Bonus point if you can name the other song. And the other song is Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. You saw me standing by the wall. And Duran Duran released the original Save a Prayer in 1982, although I prefer the 2015 version by Eagles of Death Metal. I search for the beat in this steady tell me what's I going. Apparently the music on Kim Wilde's Kids in America was heavily inspired by OMD and Gary Newman. Axe Left by Harold Faltermeyer, was the theme to the 1984 film Beverly Hills Cop. Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood topped charts in at least 10 countries. In 2002, NME named Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division the greatest single of all time. Send Me an Angel by Australian band Real Life got to number 6 in Australia but did top the New Zealand charts.
I've got to run away, I've got to get away from tears, and that's not nearly all. Tainted Love.
Tainted Love by Soft Cell is a great example of a cover song being far more successful than the original by Gloria Jones. That was Just Can't Get Enough by one of the greatest groups of any era, Depeche Mode.
Hey girl, move a little closer. Hush, hush, I do to shy, shy, hush, hush.
The debut single from Kajagoogoo with Too Shy shot straight to number 1. That's Obsession by American synth pop band Animotion. I have no doubt that many people don't know It's My Life was originally by Talk Talk. Here's another that was actually released in the 70s but didn't hit the charts until 1982, with The Model by pioneers of electro music, Kraftwerk. Apparently, the lead singer of Men Without Hats wrote the safety dance after being kicked out of a bar for pogo dancing.
Used to be, well, how can I forget you, girl?
Originally recorded as a demo by Dionne Warwick in 1963, this cover version of Always Something There to Remind Me by Naked Eyes is from 1982. Gary Newman's band, Two-Way Army, released Our Friends Electric in 1979, but remained a popular song during the 80s synth pop era.
There's one thing that turns this grey sky to blue.
The Look of Love by ABC topped the US Billboard Hot Dance and Canadian charts.
So tall, I'm so tall. You raise me and then you let me fall. Step in my way. Living on the ceiling. No more room down.
Living on the Ceiling was the best performing song for Blancmange, reaching number 7 in the UK and 5 in Australia. I think Heaven 17 are another one-hit wonder with this terrific song, Temptation.
Boys, will you ever find a time? Comes a quiet life again.
Quiet Life by Japan is another released in late 1979 but charted in the 80s.
She was like jazz on a summer's day.
Steve Winwood's Valerie was sampled in the popular 2004 song Call on Me.
Your hand is pointing at your head, you think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant. Eastern boys and Western girls. West End girls.
And ending on one of the greatest synth pop duos of all time is Pet Shop Boys with West End Girls. And that was 40 songs from the 80s synth pop genre of music. Are there any you can think of that would have been good to include, and which one was your favourite? Let me know in the comments and like the video if you'd like to see more 80s quizzes. Thank you very much for playing along, and I'll see you again soon for another squiz.